All right, Barry, you got us here. What is it?
Yeah, I was busy on Stardew Valley trying to get full hearts with Penny.
Really, Joe? I always figured you for sniffing on Jazz's hair.
Fuck off, small hands. How's that indictment going for you?
Wait, why is this shitty ranking tier here? I thought we were done with this garbage.
Yeah, what gives, Bear? This shit was cringe as fuck.
Gentlemen, we all played the new Resident Evil 4 remake. Now it's time to rank it with the others.
I knew it.
Stop whining like a baby, Don. This was obviously going to happen.
That's rich coming from the one who was a bitch about the OG being an S tier, that we had to put it down or they'd cry and leave the chat. Little cringy bitch.
That's enough, guys. Let's get this done.
Okay.
Fine.
Good. Now what did you guys think? Let's start with the cons.
That's easy. There's no back and forth between Leon and the other villains. They took out the sarcastic banter for a more serious protagonist, almost a complete opposite of the OG.
You actually wanted that? Just them insulting each other like kids on a playground?
Don't mention kids, Joe.
Barry, you beat me to it. And of course I wanted that. It showed that Leon can have a witty conversation and still get the job done. Something you still have trouble doing, Sleepy Joe.
Suddenly your shitty tweets at Kim Jong-un make a lot more sense now.
Were you trying to be Leon that whole time?
I was saving America, you idiots.
The calls with Salazar and Sadler did make the OG lighthearted at times, but I can understand why they didn't have it in this one. It needed to be more gritty with realism. However, my disappointment was not including the fight with it.
Barry, you just talked about understanding the gritty realism, and then complained about not fighting a parasitic abomination inside a cage filled with storage containers that hang over a bottomless abyss for no reason.
That was a lot of big words, old man.
Go staple a wig on, fat ass.
All I'm saying is that they could have reworked it somehow. The other bosses had minor changes done during their fights, and even Salazar had a complete restructure.
Unlike Del Lago, where they didn't change a damn thing right down to the infinite harpoons.
Exactly.
Well, at least they fixed the story up a bit more. Not to mention giving Luis a good background and more screen time.
Facts. Cutting Krauser's story for more Luis wasn't too bad. Even giving Krauser better motivation for kidnapping Ashley rather than some lame line about Umbrella is also a plus for me.
They still had Umbrella die off screen, though.
Not gonna lie, that shit still annoys me.
Most likely we'll get more Krauser and Luis in the DLC, along with Ada's side story.
Meaning more of that new Wesker voice, Donnie.
I fucking hate Wesker's new voice. Doesn't sound like the man at all. My boy's vocals got nerfed.
No cap, that shit grinded my ears. They could have at least used his VA from Dead by Daylight.
You and that fucking game.
Stop riding behavior's dick so hard, Barry.
Fuck you guys. At least I'm not under indictment for fraud.
Fake news.
Or doing terrible exchanges of prisoners.
All I'm saying is that trading that gun merchant for Ashley would have made this game go by much faster. Extra points if she was a basketball player like Rebecca.
You senile idiot.
And yet I'm still the president, Donnie, so lick my ass.
All right, guys, let's wrap this up. Final thoughts?
Barry, this was obviously done with more love, care, and attention to detail than whatever they did for the remake.
Yeah, because they knew they couldn't fuck it up.
Nevertheless, the graphical upgrade was peak. Gameplay was fire, and the character changes were outstanding.
They removed shitty Ashley and gave us a more competent one. She even tries to help during the fight with the Knights. Plus, she doesn't run away from Leon like a complete moron in some cringy way just to get captured again.
Yes, thank God for that. Also, the new side quests are refreshing, even though you have to backtrack for a few of them.
QuickTime events are gone from cinematics, thank Christ.
Again, skill issues, Sleepy Joe.
Bottom line is they made the game more terrifying by ramping up the gore and level designs, as well as the movements of the enemies. Ganados with broken necks still come after you. The red zealots now make parasites erupt instead of just hopping onto a mounted machine gun. And we haven't even mentioned that the regenerators fucking run now.
It's so much harder to kill those floppy fucks when they slither around on the ground now.
Not to mention if they burst into a spiky bitch.
This game is S tier for me. It's exactly what I wanted OG4 to be and more.
True, S tier.
Agreed. Okay, boys, let's do a quick lightning round of positives before finishing.
Blocking the chainsaw with the knife, which shouldn't work but was cool as fuck.
Stealth kills, dope as shit.
Getting hit by a melee weapon feels more impactful.
Getting eaten by Del Lago for shooting in the water. Glad they kept that.
Deflecting a projectile with the knife, and then blasting half of someone's torso to shreds.
Choosing which gem you want to use for better value.
Parrying Krauser instead of doing quick time events. That shit was like playing Sekiro all over again.
Stabbing a downed enemy to end the fight.
Thinking you can use the tower for an advantage during the village fight, but then it breaks under your feet. I see what you did there, Capcom.
The way the dog enters the giant fight.
Bingo.
Bingo!
Bingo!
Where's everyone going? Bingo?
Very cool, guys. This shit was awesome. Would you want to do this shit again for more games or shows?
I'm down, but let's play it by ear.
I agree.
You guys talking about the new Resident Evil 4 remake? They took out all the lines about terrorism and using parasites to attack America's freedoms for a more cult-centric game.
The FBI is at my door.
Jill's calling me for some ice cream.
I just don't want to be here.
Where'd those assholes go?